Good Monday morning, everybody. On this July the 10th, I'm Chris Allen here on the SAM channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Weather, weather stick is blue. We've got clearing taking place this morning after a rainy sort of a day off and on yesterday, periods of showers, pretty much as expected, and then all of it moved out last evening. Skies have cleared since then, but we've got the issue, and I spoke about this yesterday on the podcast, that we could likely have some fog in the area, and that's certainly what we have this morning. Now, it's not on the satellite necessarily, but skies have cleared, and because of that cool, damp ground, we have, as a result this morning, some dense fog advisory for pretty much the entire area, even down in the middle Tennessee through the morning hours. So, depending on where you live, the fog could be pretty thick and hazardous too if you're not careful, allowing yourself some extra time to get to your destination this morning, like to work or wherever you're going. Keep the lights on low beam. Just remember to shut off the lights when you get to work, or you'll have another problem: dead battery. Yeah. I've had that happen a couple of times. So don't let that happen to you this morning. But the fog is pretty thick in some areas, and other areas the visibility is not that bad. So you just kind of have to play it by ear. You may start out this morning with, it's like, oh, everything's fine. Then all of a sudden you run into this thick or blanket of fog, and then your visibility goes to near zero. In most cases, it's down to about a half mile. Some cases, a quarter mile. Then it gets shorter and shorter. So just extra care this morning until this fog begins to dissipate later on this morning, and it will as drier air begins to work in to the area. Let's check the mesonet numbers this morning as of 5 a.m., just after 5 a.m. this morning. Temperatures are starting out a little more pleasant, a little cooler. Look at this. Instead of 60s and 70s, we're 50s and 60s. Dew points are down too since the passage of the cold front yesterday that shut off the rain showers. So once the sun comes up, it will naturally start to burn away some of the fog, dissipate that. The drier air will start to work in. Dew points will be lower, and therefore everything should become sunny as we go through the day. It feels nice. It actually feels pretty good outside this morning. Yesterday, we had some showers in the area, as I mentioned, leftovers from the front, and anywhere from 2/10 of an inch to 3/10 of an inch. Let's see, a quarter inch. Yeah, everybody else did hardly anything. But most of it was southern Kentucky because the cold front, if you were watching me yesterday morning, was about to push through. And I said the better threat for rain was going to be in southern Kentucky. And that's how it played out. And but it's gone now. All the rain is gone, and we're looking at much drier, much better weather, even less humid and somewhat cooler air for at least a day or two, and then we're going to heat things back up, and we're also going to bring back some rain chances, as you'll see in the 7-day forecast here, or actually the 10-day blender. We'll do that here and show you about 85 or so today. We'll say give or take a few degrees. It could be like 83, 84, and in some places 85, 86, but it's not going to feel humid today. It's going to feel like mid 80s instead of 90s. Now, tomorrow, it will still be we'll still be on the less humid side of things. The dew points will be in the low to maybe approaching mid 60s. So it's going to feel a little muggier tomorrow as we get into the upper 80s. It is on Wednesday that we feel the heat and humidity coming back. And with that, excuse me, of course, will be rain chances. And we're looking at the end of the week into the weekend is going to be nothing but unsettled each and every day. So we'll stay in the upper 80s to near 90. And each day there's going to be a chance of rain. In fact, we've got some pretty good rain chances coming in as we head toward the end of the week and into the upcoming weekend. Let me show you what's going on here with the model map. Not a whole lot happening right now thanks to high pressure, which is in control of our weather after yesterday's passage of the cold front. We're going to keep it pretty quiet today and tonight. You see there, everything looks pretty good. What we're going to watch, and here's the thing, we're going to watch these little impulses dropping out of the upper Midwest and the north central plains. These are those, remember the beginning of last week, we had those complexes. Remember I used that term, MCS and all of that. These are these thunderstorm complexes that build and then they're pushed by the wind, and they're wind driven storms. I know you don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it either. I don't even want to talk about it. That's all 2023 has been, wind driven storms of some kind, whether winter or or spring or summer now. We're going to have more of those dropping out of the plains. Now, we're good today, tonight, and tomorrow. It's once we get into Wednesday. Now, you don't see them. It looks like, oh, they're gone. But no, they wait on the daytime heating and regenerate. Watch this one. This one's going to try to get going here as we get into Wednesday. See it dissipate, and then it fires back up. Here comes another one. And they're just all in the same line. And look at that one. And they're all going to follow the same path. Periphery of high pressure. You've seen this happen before. I know there's a low there, but there's a high that's down here over Texas and Louisiana. So these things are going to get wind driven up and over the outer edge, the outer part of the ridge of high pressure. And guess what direction they're coming? 2 + 2 = 4. You can see that. So here we go into Wednesday. Boom, 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 boom. Duh. Okay, that's the end of that model, but okay, I know some of you are asking, well, is this going to fall apart? Probably not. I mean, by then, we're going to pick up on a lot more moisture. We're going to get a feed off of the Atlantic and then a feed off of the Gulf of Mexico. We'll have the muggy air back. We'll have the heat back. It's going to be the next few days after, say, Wednesday. We got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you've got a high pressure out here too. I mean, that's what's driving. You've got two high pressures, actually. You got one over Texas. You've got everything riding up over the ridge, yes, but then you've got high pressure, which I just showed you, is bringing in that Atlantic fetch, and it's going to bring in the Gulf of Mexico fetch. And so we're going to be right there where all of this converges, and it's going to set us up again for the end of the week into the weekend of these storms, and they look to come one after the other. I know. I don't want to hear about it either. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it, but I have to. I have to. Just to give you heads up, what's coming down the pike, end of the week, into the weekend. We could be looking at, some more nasty active weather. Let's take a look at the surface map over the next 7 days. High pressure in control today and tomorrow. The front that passed through yesterday and last night stalled out to the south. High pressure building back to the west of us as well. And you can see it's kind of a big ridge here as we get into Tuesday. Everything looking good. I'm still recouping from all this sinus mess. Pardon me for that. Here we go into Tuesday morning, into Tuesday midday, Tuesday afternoon. Now we're going to start to get that fetch off of the Atlantic and from the Gulf, warm front back to the west, all of this. And then we'll start watching these complexes rolling south and east into the ridge of high pressure. At first, they may have trouble getting through because of the ridge of high pressure. But eventually that ridge breaks down. Here we go into Wednesday. Here it comes. Thursday. Yeah. Friday. Then we just get a stagnant, dirty high, and the air mass is just contaminated with all that moisture. Maybe another complex or two tries to roll out of the plains. That front to the north kind of stalls out a bit on Friday into Saturday. Then it starts to make some headway into Kentucky, but then it stalls out by next Sunday. And it just sits there. And what is not painted or colored in here is all the rain and thunderstorm activity we'll still have into the upcoming weekend and maybe a week from today, the beginning of the following week. I know. 79, believe it or not, with the clouds and the rain showers yesterday. 79 was the official high at the Bowling Green Airport. 90 is where we should be on average. So we were 11 degrees below average. We picked up an additional 0.07 of an inch of rain with some of those showers that came by early in the day, and then there were a few more in the afternoon. For year to date on rainfall, we're behind by 2.7 inches. So we're a lot better off rainfall wise, pacing for the year, much better than we were only a couple of weeks ago. All right, I'm headed into the radio station, Sam 100.7. And this morning, I've got tickets to a lot of stuff. Beach Bend, your choice. Beach Bend, Holiday World, Kentucky Kingdom. I've got tickets to, what are we giving away this week? Oh, Killer Queen. This week, I'm going to start giving away tickets to see Killer Queen at SkyPack. Yes, so that starts today. And who knows what else I'll throw in there. But anyway, listen and win 6 to 10 this morning, Sam 100.7 on your FM dial. In the meantime, have a great Monday. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the radio.